Second.
Roll call.
Director Bragman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
and Chair Russell.
Aye. Any public comment, Terry?
We do not at this time.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the October 16, 2020 meeting.
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Director Bragman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
and Chair Russell.
Aye. Okay, item 2, annexation of single-family residence at 1499 Lucas Valley Road.
Yeah, good morning, members of the board. Today I'm bringing you the annexation of a single-family residential property at 1499 Lucas Valley Road, San Rafael, APN number 165-010-89 into district boundaries. This 9-acre parcel is currently served by the district, which is comprised of a single-family residence, of a 2 living units, a horse arena, and barn. When this property received water service from the district in 1997, annexation of the property in the district service area did not occur. This was a mistake the district staff made with the previous owner. The current owner, Michael J. Stone, is now the 3rd owner of this property, who is currently not making any changes to use of the property, nor is he requesting any additional water service. This property has basically been built out and does not need anything from the district at this time and in the foreseeable future. However, the district would like to resolve this outstanding issue. And the property owner, Michael J. Stone, has supplied 100% consent to allow the district to petition LAFCO to annex this property into the district service area. The total cost to perform this annexation with LAFCO is $5,246.09 and is proposed to be funded by the district's operational budget in fiscal year 2021. District staff's recommendation is for review and referral to the board with the district operation committee's recommendation to approve a resolution ordering the annexation of the 1499 Lucas Valley Road property and to authorize the general manager to execute all documents related to this annexation at a future regularly scheduled meeting of the board. So please let me know if you have any questions.
I have a couple. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay. I recall this being before the board previously, and I don't think I'm remembering back to 97, although certainly possible. Has this been to the board for any reason more recently than that?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen anything going back more than 13 years of this coming to the board at all.
Okay.
This was missed.
Yeah, and the approval of this is a no-brainer in my opinion. So don't get nervous or anything. I'm all for it. But
Okay, thank you.
The concern I have, and I have a feeling we're rehashing old stuff, but just if you can now make me comfortable, it's the 8-acre size, and I realize we don't that they would have to rezone the property to put more units on it. But we don't control the rezoning. So what's our safety valve there just to make sure we don't end up with 15 houses out there?
Well, if they were to develop more houses, that would require a pipeline extension, and that would come before the board.
Okay, so we do have, there is a catch there that we wouldn't lose control of how many houses are there.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that, Jack. I mean, we have to provide service if service is requested. What would be our mechanism? You know, they could say the cost is too much to do that, but I don't think we could say anything negative about it. If he wanted to put 15 houses, he'd put 15 houses, I think.
The other thing is, according to the staff report, it's already zoned as planned district development, which is a multi-unit zoning. So it's a little bit, to me, a little contradictory that it's single family or 2 single family, but it's zone PDD 1701. So I don't know. So that's a little weird, but the other thing is how are you looking at it like it was just something that should have been done
That is exactly
time
correct.
when we, but he's already got a pipeline, right? He's already getting water, so.
Yes, we've been serving him since 1997. He has an 1.5-inch potable service. He has a 4-inch fire line. There's a hydrant adjacent to the property boundary right there in front of his gate entrance to his property. We annexed the property next door, and we would like to move forward with annexing this property to kind of housekeeping more than anything else.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't
What's
know.
the advantage to the, go ahead, Larry, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say there may be some advantage by annexing them. There may be mutual advantages, actually. So there, there may be some advantage to the district. There may be some advantage to the property owner. I really haven't sussed it all out, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, if we're providing water, I mean, just the organization of it all seems to make sense to it. And see
My
why.
understanding, Molly could speak to it, is we aren't allowed to serve someone outside our service area. So that's kind of,
No.
we need to hold this.
That was my next question, Ben, because that's what I remembered too, because that's what Lucas ran into on Lucas Valley Road. And I
Right,
was
I
going to
think
say,
He needed to get annexed. He needed annexation.
yes,
That's right. I
Yes.
think it should have happened at the time when service was requested. That would be my understanding as well, is that we're not to serve
Yeah.
outside the district boundaries. There's also the issue of the boundaries for voting purposes in the future. If he's not within the district, so he's receiving service, he's not able then to participate. I think it would require further research on our part. The question regarding whether there could be future development, if I think it is a matter of local land use decisions and not necessarily a district decision. So if we want confirmation of that, we could look into that further before we make a decision. But I do think that this is something that was just missed, should have been paid for and required at the time of service.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, this is not the final decision, so we could kind of move it forward and then maybe get some further information from you.
that's
Yeah.
true too.
Yes.
That's true too.
Yeah.
And Molly, that's what the big fight in 76 was all about when they put on the moratorium that,
Right.
and I was trained at Cal that you don't control growth with water. That,
We
so
have the seminal case on that very issue. It's us. Yeah.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. And I agree completely with that. That it's a land use planning issue.
Right.
It's a county issue. It's not our issue. I think we're obligated to do whatever the landowner asks at his expense
Mhm.
in the future.
Well,
think
I
that's
mean,
correct.
I would like to get some further information, about this plan, what its zoning classification really is, which is pretty easy to grab, I'm sure, on the county website.
Right. And if it's possible to build into the arrangement some protection on that, that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
A
You know,
question too, do we need to take the whole parcel? Or could we just take the house?
I think for annexation
versus-
purposes, LAFCO would not allow a segregation of
They
boundary
wouldn't like
lines.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. I think they would frown on that.
Yeah.
And
At
I will
some
have,
point-
and I would have to look in further to whether there could be conditioning. I've seen outside service agreements that do include conditioning, restricting any further expansion of use. But once it's annexed, I don't know that that is something that we could condition.
Hmm.
Once it's annexed, it's within the district boundaries and therefore would get to avail itself of what's made available by the district to any property owner. And I do think it would come down to a matter of land use. So we could research the land use issues further and try to come back with additional questions on the regular matter.
Yeah,
Molly,
I-
I suggest you take a look at the Lucas agreement on Grady Ranch,
Okay.
because what I think we could apply exactly the same logic here, which is if you want more water, you have to provide an offset. In the case of Lucas, it was about 1.8 million or something like that, 1.5 million to give us the ability. Now, Lucas wanted 30 acre feet. That's a whole lot more water than this guy could use. But that way, it has a cost, and the money was to be spent on enhancing our reclaimed water program so that there was a zero net gain on this
Okay.
property if they wanted more water.
And
And they were annexed into the district with that agreement in place?
No, they were
Well,
never,
that was the idea, but it never happened. Grady
he-
Ranch is at
okay.
the
he
end of the
abandoned-
road here.
Lucas abandoned it at that point, I believe.
yeah.
Right, okay.
And, but we did another property in that area. I'm
Yeah,
more
we
recently
did.
than this.
We did.
That may be the one I'm actually think I remember, yeah.
And it was conditioned, so it's,
Yeah.
I would like, I think you can find that.
Yeah. We'll do more
That's
research on
the 22-acre land, as I recall, that Skip Berg owns, is what I remember.
that.
There's a property that was set up for development. And as far as I know, nothing's happened. But it was set up for the construction of a large single-family home and then development. And 22 acres is what sticks in my mind. It's right around the same area.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, this is right across the street from a pretty well-developed subdivision. So it's a little, I think it's not quite as expansive of the development in that valley. But anyway, it'd be interesting to get that information just so we know what we're doing here. So
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, and to apply the same limitations that were applied to the other folks.
yeah, to be
If
consistent,
any.
to be consistent for sure.
Okay. I can look at that.
You can do that. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
So
So
procedurally, what do you want to do now? We'll
exactly.
Move it forward.
refer it to the board?
Yeah. Why
You
not?
know-
I'll move referral to the board.
Thank you, Jack. Okay, the next one is the Alpine Bond Tempe Raw Water Transfer Pipeline Replacement Project.
Hi, good morning. I'm
Good
here
morning.
to present the Alpine Bond Tempe Raw Water Transfer Pipeline Replacement Project. The project will install approximately 300 feet of new 24-inch pipe to replace old leak-prone pipe in the Marin Municipal Water District's watershed land. My engineer's estimate for this project is $170,000 and bids opened on November 17th. The project is scheduled to last 123 days with the completion date of April 2nd, 2021. The recommended action is for referral to a future board meeting with the Operations Committee's recommendation to proceed with the project.
Are we replacing in kind 24-inch with a 24-inch?
Yes.
Did we look at slip lining this one?
This project got moved up because of the extensive leak history. We wanted to replace it immediately this winter before it was needed next summer. The entire length is 2,600 feet, and if the rest needs to be refurbished, slip lining will be an option.
Is it a straight shot or does it have bends?
This section right now that we're replacing has bends.
Okay, like 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
Zach, which side of Alpine is it on? Is it on the side towards? Oh my God.
There's a map, Larry.
I know, I can't figure it out. And I mean, I'm not sure east or west. So as you go, is it on the spillway side?
North is up, it's west is to the left.
Okay, but Zach, you know where the spillway is near the parking lot?
Yeah, so if you go up that hill past the spillway and you walk across the dam,
Okay,
there's
it's
the
on the
Shady
other
Side
side.
Trail to the left, and then to the right is a fire road.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
the fire road down. At the very bottom there is a boat ramp, and then Kent. I think it's
Yeah.
Kent. No, that's where the project is. It's down
Okay.
there.
okay, okay.
And why do you think this 300 feet is different than what did you say, 2,700 feet? The other part?
600 feet. That particular area has a lot of drainage off that hillside, and throughout the year, there's actually ferns growing there, and it's the way it's facing is facing north. There's just not a lot of sun there, and we believe that water likes to just kind of sit in that area at the bottom there of that fire road.
Do we have cathodic protection on the pipe?
We do.
And it wasn't enough, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
And this isn't one of the lines that you'd consider putting a turbine in, right? Sounds like it's got too many bends and twists in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of bends and twists in it.
Okay, well, sounds like needs to get done.
Does.
So I, whatever, move recommendation to the full board for approval.
Again,
That's an official one, whatever. I like that. Okay, any public comment?
There are no public comments.
Okay, well, I think we're done.
Speedy
Alrighty.
meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
well, have a
Oh,
good
hey,
week.
Cynthia,
Bye,
you showed
everyone.
up. Good.
Bye-bye.